So now we come to the last step of directing, which is facilitating the teamwork. Which means that facilitating teamwork it entails the promotion of collaboration. It fosters the communication, and it also helps to encourage the mutual support among the team members. Which means that managers can create a collaborative work environment where the diverse skills, or we can say where different perspectives and the ideas are collaborated so as to achieve the shared goals and the complex problems whatever are occurring in the organization. Now, uh, following all these steps, it encompasses a series of interconnected steps which is aimed towards guiding and coordinating the organizational efforts towards achieving the objectives effectively and efficiently. Right. So, by setting the clear objectives, by organizing the resources, or by providing a proper guidance, it will help to motivate the employees. It will also help to monitor the progress by providing them the feedback, by facilitating the teamwork, and here the managers can ensure the synchronization, or we can say the alignment, the optimum performances of the employees, and can also foster a culture of continuous improvements within their teams and across the organization. Right, so these steps, these will enable the managers to navigate the challenges, to capitalize on the opportunities, and even to drive the sustained success in the dynamic and the competitive business environment. So now the next topic is functions of directing. So the first function is issuing orders and instructions, which means that issuing of orders and instruction involves communicating specific tasks or the goals and the expectations of the employees, right? So managers will they will provide clear directions on what is needed to be done, on how tasks should be performed, and when they are to be performed. These functions, these functions, this will ensure that the clarity and the alignment of actions is there towards achieving the organization objectives. Let us understand this with an example. Suppose in a retail store, store manager is there, so he will have to ensure the instructions. Let us take an example. Suppose in a retail store, a store manager is there. So the store manager here, what will he do? He will issue the instructions to sales, or to associate on the daily sales target, on product promotions, or we can say, and even to the customer service standards, right? So they will specify the sales techniques. They will provide the knowledge requirements and the operational procedures so as to ensure the consistency in service delivery and to meet the sales goals of the of that particular employee of the store. Second is motivating employees, which means that motivating employees, it is very essential to enhance the morale or the engagement and the commitment to the organizational goals. Now, managers can use motivational strategies to inspire the employees, to recognize their achievements, and to create a positive work environment, and that will encourage the high performance and the continuous improvements. Now the next function is providing leadership, which means that providing leadership, it involves guiding and influencing the employees towards achieving common objectives. Here, leaders can easily set the directions, they can inspire the confidence, and can facilitate the teamwork by aligning the individual efforts with the organizational visions, with the organizational values, and the strategic practices, right? So, the next function is communication expectations. Communication expectations, it is very crucial for ensuring the clarity and the understanding of the roles, of the responsibilities, and performance standards, right? Managers use effective communication channels to convey the goals, to convey the policies, procedures, and we can say even for the feedback to the employees, for promoting the alignment and the accountability of the employees. Next function is supervising performance, which means uh, it involves monitoring, it involves evaluation, and providing the feedback on employee performance to ensure that the goals are met and the standards are upheld, right? So managers here, they will observe the work activities, They will assess the progress, they will identify the strengths as well as the areas of improvement, and will also help them to take the corrective actions as and when required in the organization. Now the next function is facilitating coordination. Now facilitating coordination, it involves aligning the efforts across departments, across teams, and for the projects to achieve the synergy and to maximize the organization. Managers can promote the collaborations, they can resolve the conflicts, and they can which will help them to ensure the resources are allocated effectively to support the interconnected activities of the organization. Now, the next function is providing guidance and support involves offering assistance, offering coaching, and the development opportunities to help the employees to overcome the challenges, to develop their skills, and to achieve the professional growth. Now, managers, they act as a mentor, providing the advice for encouraging and for the resources to support the employee success, right? These were functions, various functions that are very integral to for effective management and leadership within the organization. By issuing clear instructions, by motivating employees, by providing the leadership, by communicating the expectations, or by supervising the performance of the employees, by facilitating coordination, managers are enabled to, they can enable the teams to work collaboratively, means to work in a synchronization. They can guide their team towards in a synchronization to achieve the organizational success, right? So these functions, they ensure the alignment of efforts, they promote the accountability, to enhance the employee engagement and to foster a culture of continuous improvement and innovation in a dynamic business environment. So the next topic is elements of directing. So the first element is issuing instructions or orders, which means that issuing instructions or orders, it is about providing clear and specific directives to the employees regarding what task is needed to be performed, how they should be done, and within what time frame they have to do that task. So this helps to ensure the clarity and the alignment of actions towards the achieving the organizational goals, right? For example, let us take example of a hospitality industry, right? Or let us take example of a restaurant, right? So suppose in a there's a restaurant manager who is issuing the instructions to the kitchen staff on menu preparations, on food safety protocols, or even for the customer service standards, right? So they will have to specify the cooking techniques, the plating presentations, as well as the service timings, so as to ensure the consistency in the food quality and even the guest satisfaction, right? So next element would be motivating and inspiring, which means that motivating and inspiring the employees, it involves fostering the enthusiasm, fostering the commitment and the dedication among the workers towards the attainment of the organizational objectives. Now effective motivation will always encourage the employees to go above and beyond their basic job requirements, right? They will do the best towards the achieving the standards or achieving their job performance. They will contribute to the organizational success, right? So the next element is leadership and guidance. Leadership and guidance, it encompasses towards providing vision, towards providing the direction and support to the employees, right? So effective leaders, they will set the strategic goals, they will guide the decision making processes, and they will also foster a positive work environment where employees can might feel empowered and valued in the organization, right? Their views would be valued, they would be valued. So the next element is communication. Communication means what basically communication is. Communication is just the exchange of information or the ideas and providing them the feedback, right? So the communication here, it will involve exchange of information and of ideas and the feedback among the employees, among the managers and the stakeholders, right? So effective communication, this will always facilitate the understanding, the collaborations, and even the coordination of efforts towards achieving the common goal of the organization, right? Let us understand this with an example. Let us take example of a project manager, right? So there's a project manager who will have to communicate the project objectives, who will be communicating the timelines and the deliverables of each team members, right? Using the project management software and the regular team meetings, right? So they will encourage the open communication channel, right? So the manager, what will be they doing? They will be encouraging the open communication channels, where each team member will share the progress of the updates of the raised concern, and he will also brainstorm the solutions collaboratively, right? So clear and consistent communication will always have to minimize the misunderstandings, to align the expectations, and it will also have to ensure the project milestones are met on time. Now the next element is supervision and monitoring. Here supervision and monitoring, they entails to be overseeing the employee performance, right? So this will help to track the progress, to evaluate the outcomes, so as to ensure that the tasks are completed according to the standards and the objectives whatever are being laid down by the organization, right? So the next element is feedback and evaluation. Now, feedback and evaluation, what it is all about, it involves providing the constructive feedback on performance, right? To recognize the achievements and to identify the areas for improvement, right? Evaluate means evaluation would be there. Evaluating the employees' performance, it will help to maintain a standards, good standards, to foster a continuous learning, and it will also help to align the efforts of the organizational goals, right? So the last element is coordination and teamwork. Coordination and teamwork, it will help to focus on promoting the collaborations, on aligning the efforts across departments, and it will also help to leverage the collective skills and the resources so as to achieve the organizational objectives. So these are done. Now the next topic is techniques of directing. After this, we'll study the two case studies, right? So uh, techniques of direction. The first technique is leadership style, right? Leadership style, it refers to the approach or to the manner in which a manager exercises authority and influences his employees, right? So different leadership styles may include autocratic, democratic, laissez-faire, transformational style is there, even the situational leadership is there. So each one is tailored to, each one would be tailored to suit the different organizational context and the employees needs, right? So the next technique is delegation. Delegation, it's, what does that means? It involves assigning the responsibility and authority to employees to complete the specific task or to make the decisions within their skill set and the competence level, right? So effective delegation, it will have to empower the employees to develop their skills, to, it will also help to allow managers to focus on the strategic initiatives what are being set by the organization. Next technique is communication technique, which means that this method, it is used to convey the information, to provide the instructions, or we can say towards any exchange of feedback effectively among the employees and the stakeholders, right? So clear, timely, and accurate communication, which will always enhance the understanding, will always reduce the efforts, and will always foster the collaboration of the organization. Now the next is performance management. Performance management technique, it involves setting performance goal, monitoring the performance, providing the feedback, and evaluating the outcomes to optimize the individual team performance, right? So it aims to align the employees' efforts with the organization objectives. It will help to synchronize both the efforts, organizational goals and the individual goals, so as to foster a continuous improvement in the organization. Next is motivational technique. Motivational technique, it involves using incentives, rewards, recognitions, and even the positive reinforcement so as to inspire, to encourage the employees to achieve their best performances, right? So motivating employees, it is Motivating employees will keep them engaged, it will make them more productive and make them more committed towards their goals, which would be ultimately the organization, right? So the last technique is conflict resolution strategies. They will always prepare some conflict resolution technique. It includes the technique. It means the technique for addressing and resolving the conflicts which might occur among the team members or departments, right? So effective conflict resolution technique. They should be promoted for promoting the collaboration, for improving the communication, and to restore the work relationships in the organization. So now techniques. Now lastly we'll come to the case studies. Okay. So we will study two case studies. First is about directing in a manufacturing company. So what does the case study says? A manufacturing limited is a leading manufacturer of automotive components. The company recently embarked on a project to streamline the production processes and improve the efficiency in their assembly line. John Smith, the operation manager, is tasked with directing this initiative. So, what's the scenario here? John Smith has been leading a team of production supervisors, quality assurance specialists, and process engineers to implement new manufacturing techniques and enhance productivity. His role involves setting directions, motivating the teams, coordinating efforts, and ensuring alignment with the organizational objective. So, this is all about the case study. So, what's the first question? How did Johns communicate these objectives to his team to ensure everyone understood and was aligned with the project goals? Okay. So, what will John Smith do? So, John will communicate the project objectives through a series of meetings, right, to his department, right, department heads, and even to the team leaders, right. So, what will he do? He will present the objectives and he will explain the reason behind them and will encourage the feedback and questions also, right. So if any of the employee are having any questions, he can simply answer those questions so as to ensure the clarity and will also align the team members with the organizational goals. Okay, so the next question: what motivational techniques did John employ to inspire the commitment and dedication among team members during the project? So, what will he do to motivate his employees? So, to motivate his employees, John will implement a recognition program, right? So, where his team members, they can acknowledge, they can be rewarded for achieving the milestone and exceeding the targets which were given to them, right? He can also foster a collaborative environment where team achievements could be celebrated, where he can boost the morale and can foster a sense of accomplishment in the employees. Next question is: how did John leadership style influence decision making and problem solving throughout the project implementation phase? John's leadership style, it can emphasize the collaboration and empowerment, right? Can encourage his team members to contribute ideas and solutions which will foster a culture of innovation and ownership in the organization. This approach will enable quick adaptation to challenges and the alignment with your project goals. Next question: what communication strategies did John use to ensure the effective coordination and collaboration among different departments involved in the project? Here, John can utilize a combination of face-to-face meetings, email updates, and project management software tools also to facilitate the communication with him and his team members. Right. So regular check-in should be there. Means it will allow him for real-time adjustment for the plans and strategies. This will ensure that all departments remain aligned with the information. Means they are all informed. Clarity should be there between him and the department so that the department can perform well in their goals. Next question: how did John evaluate team performance against established matrices, and how did he provide feedback to ensure the continuous improvement? Okay, so He will monitor the performance matrices. Uh, he will monitor productivity. He will monitor the defects, if any. He will also check that the adherence is there. Means adherence to schedules. Whatever schedules have been fixed, the employees are adhering to that. Means during monthly performance reviews, he can provide constructive feedback based on the data analysis, recognition achievements of the employees, and can identify the areas for improvement so as to maintain the momentum towards the goals of the organization. Last question is, can you identify a specific conflict or challenge John successfully resolved during the project? How did he approach the resolution progress? Obviously, one notable conflict that occurred was in differing opinions among the supervisors on the implementation of the timeline for any new equipment, right? So John can facilitate a decision where concerns can address, they can compromise where. So the answer would be one notable conflict involved differing from a difference of opinions between the employees among the supervisors on the implementation timeline for the new equipments, right? So John can facilitate a decision where concerns can address the and compromises can be reached, right, based on the feasibility studies and on the project priorities, right? So the collaboration approach, it will minimize the disruption, and it will also help to maintain team focuses on the achievements of their project milestones. Last case study, a financial services is a growing financial advisory firm that prides itself on excellent customer service. Okay, so recently they received feedback indicating declining customer satisfaction due to long wait times and inconsistent service quality. To address these issues, the company initiated a project to improve customer service operations. Maria Lopez, the customer service manager, was appointed to lead this initiative. So, what's the scenario? Maria is responsible for directing a team of customer service representatives and supervisors to enhance the service efficiency and consistency. Her role involves setting clear objectives, motivating the team, providing leadership, ensuring effective communication, managing performance, and resolving conflict. Means there's this financial service which was running very well, which is very good. Now they are facing certain problems due to which they have appointed a, for which they have hired a Maria. Who is Maria? She's a customer service manager. So now the questions are, how did Maria communicate these objectives to her team to ensure everyone understood and was aligned with the project goals? Maria will communicate the project objectives through a series of certain meetings with all the employees and with the supervisors, right? She would present the objectives clearly. She would explain their importance, means the importance of the objectives. She will encourage the team members to ask questions if any, so that clarity can be provided to the employees, and she will share their ideas on how they can achieve the organizational goals, right? So which will help to ensure that everyone in the organization, they understand the objectives, and the everything was communicated to the team effective, right? So what motivational techniques did Maria employ to inspire commitment and dedication among her team members? Now, so to motivate her members, Maria can introduce an incentive program, right? Where they will where they will receive certain rewards when they exceed their performance targets, and recognition can be provided to the employees. She can also share positive customer feedback during the teams, right? So as to highlight the impact of their work, and to boost the morale of the employees. Now, the third question says, how did Maria leadership style influence decision making and problem solving throughout the project? Now, Maria's leadership style will focus on empowerment and inclusion. She can encourage her team to propose the solutions so as to improve the customer service, and can involve them in decision making processes so as to adapt to the best process or the best decisions uh, out of many solutions or out of many creative solutions given by the employees, right? So this approach will foster a sense of ownership, a sense of accountability among the employees, which will lead towards the more effective problem solving and the innovation in the organization. Now the next question: what communication strategy did Maria use to ensure the effective coordination and collaboration among her team? Maria can utilize multiple communication strategies, which could include their uh, daily huddles for quick updates, which would be weekly detailed meetings to review the progress of the employees, for reviewing the challenges if there's any challenge that the employees are facing, and integral chat platforms for the instant solutions or for the instant communication between Maria and the teammate, right? So these all the strategies, they will ensure that all team members were informed, they were aligned, and could also collaborate towards the team efforts, right? Now the next question: how did Maria evaluate team performance against established matrices, and how did she provide feedbacks to ensure the continuous improvement? Okay, now Maria can use a balanced scorecard approach to to evaluate the team performance for tracking the matrices such as average call handling time, customer satisfaction scores, and the resolution rates. Right. So during performance reviews, she can provide a constructive feedback to the employees, where recognized achievements can be discussed, or areas for improvement can be discussed. Right. So this will help to maintain a high performance among the employees, and the continuous improvement will take place in the organization. Now, the last question is: can you identify a specific conflict or challenge Maria successfully resolved during the project? How did she approach the resolution process? Now, a notable conflict uh, can arise, which would be when some of the employees feel that address they might feel overwhelmed by meeting the performance targets, right? So Maria can address this by holding a medication sessions where team members can they can express their concern. Then she can work with the team to adjust to the workloads and provide them the additional training and support, so that they all feel good or they all feel valued in the organization. This approach can help to to resolve the conflicts. This will also help to ensure that all the team members, they feel supported, they feel valued, and are capable of meeting their new targets set by the organization. So that is all about directing.